Okay, so get this. We all think we know what Spotify is for, right? It's for our music, our podcasts, our workout mixes. But what if I told you it could be something else entirely? What if it could be a secret, hidden hard drive for pretty much any file you want?
I know, it sounds totally wild, like something out of a sci-fi movie. The idea that a playlist, one that just looks like a random mix of songs, is actually a photo, or a document, or even a piece of software? Well, here's the thing. It's not fiction. It's a real, and frankly, brilliant proof of concept.
So the big question is, how on earth is this even possible? Well, some very clever developers figured out a way to basically transform Spotify into a virtual hard drive. And they did it using nothing but playlists to store, well, pretty much any data you can think of. So let's break down exactly how this whole thing works.
The core idea here is just so cool. You see, you're not just adding a bunch of random songs to a playlist. No. This system very carefully and precisely converts every single byte of a file into one specific song. It's literally creating a hidden data channel right there inside an app that millions of us use every single day.
You know, what's really interesting is that this entire project is basically a super modern take on a really old practice, the art of hiding things in plain sight. And to really get how it works, we've got to talk about a concept called
Steganography. Now, you've probably heard of encryption, right? That's all about scrambling a message so nobody can read it. Steganography is different. It's about hiding the fact that a secret message even exists in the first place. The whole point is for someone to look right at it and have absolutely no idea there's a secret hidden inside.
Okay, so how do you actually turn computer data into music? Well, that's the secret sauce, isn't it? It all comes down to creating this unique, personalized dictionary. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a secret decoder ring or a musical cipher that only you have the key for. So let's break it down to basics for a second. Any file on your computer, I don't care if it's a picture, a PDF, a video game, at its core is just a long string of bytes. And each one of those bytes is just a number, a value, from 0 all the way up to 255.
And this is where the magic happens. Here's how that decoder ring gets made. You start with a secret password, just for you. That password gets crunched into a unique seed. Think of the seed as the starting point for a bunch of very specific, pseudo-random searches on Spotify. The trick is that they're repeatable. The program then takes the very first song it finds for each search and maps it to a number. So maybe the number 0 becomes a rock anthem, and number 1 becomes a classical piece. And here's the crucial part. The same password will always generate the exact same song map, every single time.
All right, so we've got our secret musical decoder ring. Now comes the really fun part, actually encoding a file. This is where all that theory turns into a real but totally hidden digital file cabinet.
And the process is surprisingly straightforward. The program just reads your file, one byte at a time. For every single byte, it looks up the matching song in your secret dictionary, and poof, it adds that song to a brand new playlist. When it's all done, what you're left with is a playlist that, for all intents and purposes, is your file, just translated into music.
Now, this whole system works perfectly for small files. But there's always a but, isn't there? What happens when you want to store something a bit bigger? You know, like a high-resolution photo, or maybe a short video. Well, that's when you hit a pretty big wall.
And that wall has a number, 10,000. That's it. That is the maximum number of songs Spotify will let you put in a single playlist. Since one song equals 1 byte, that means you can only store about 10 kilobytes of data per playlist. And for a modern file, yeah, that is a huge limitation. But of course, there's a solution. And it is so clever. When a playlist gets full, when it hits that 10,000 song limit, the program just makes a new one. And here's the brilliant part. It takes the unique ID of that new playlist and it pastes it into the description of the full one. What you get is a chain, like a digital treasure map, where each playlist description tells you exactly where to find the next piece of the file.
Now, this is all incredibly cool, but before you get any bright ideas about uploading your most important documents to your workout mix, we gotta pump the brakes. We need to talk about the reality here, because while this is an amazing experiment, I'm telling you, you absolutely should not use this as a real backup solution.
So let's be crystal clear about what this is and what it isn't. On one hand, is it an ingenious, super creative coding experiment? Yes, absolutely. On the other hand, is it a reliable way to store your files? No way. It is extremely unstable, there is a very high risk you'll lose your data, and, oh yeah, it also flat out violates Spotify's rules.
And don't just take my word for it.
Here it is, black and white, right from Spotify's own developer terms of service. It says pretty clearly, you should not store, aggregate, or create compilations or databases of Spotify content. And while, yeah, you're storing your own file, you're using their content to do it, that puts this whole project in a, let's just call it a very great area. And even if you ignore the rules, there are some huge technical problems. For one, Spotify search results aren't permanent. They can change. If they do, your secret decoder ring breaks. Forever. Or what happens if Spotify removes just one song from your playlist? Well, your entire file is instantly and permanently corrupted, gone. Plus, you can get blocked if you make too many requests too quickly. It's just fragile.
So after all of this, the good, the bad, the fragile, what's the real takeaway here? I mean, why should we care about this if it's not actually a practical tool? What's the point?
Well, the point is this. This project is a fascinating, real-world example of how these hidden data channels can exist right under our noses inside the digital services we use every single day. It's a powerful reminder that technology can almost always be used in ways the people who built it never, ever imagined.
And that really leaves us with a pretty wild thought to chew on, doesn't it? If a simple music streaming app can be turned into a secret hard drive, what other secrets, what other hidden possibilities are hiding in the other apps you use every single day? What else is lurking just beneath the surface?